I want to bring up first the councilwoman, Denise Ridley, who's been a huge partner for everything that we've done here and pushing this project along with Mira Prinzeri. And I'd like Denise to say a couple words.
Good morning. So I will start by saying it is happening. As a council person, we make these announcements about different projects and changes that are coming to the city, and change takes time, right? So we get a lot of residents that say, that's never going to happen. Oh, that's never going to happen. You said that years ago, but today it is happening. So this is a big deal. I want to first start by thanking the Bayfront Advisory Board. It is a board made up of residents who were engaged in this process, who had a vested interest in making sure that we got to this point. And I think that that's important. The collaboration between community and government makes things work much better. Thank you to Jersey City Together, who has always been advocates for this project, even before we formed the board. JCRA, my great council colleague or former council colleague at this point, Councilwoman Mira Prinzeri, Councilwoman for the Ward B section, former Councilwoman for Ward B section, and our new Councilwoman, Maureen Hewlings, who will be helping us out moving forward.
I'd like to invite up our leadership for the Jersey City Redevelopment Authority, Diana Jeffrey, to say a couple words.
So when we were originally negotiating with Honeywell, who was the co-owner of this property, about getting the maximum amount of affordable housing that we could get, because originally in the plan it was only 10%, we were so discouraged because we realized that it just couldn't be done. The economics didn't pan out, but we said, the only way we could really do it is if the city owned the property. So we went to Mayor Fulop sort of discouraged, feeling like, how are we going to do that? That's never going to happen. And we told him we need to actually own the property to maximize the affordable housing. And he didn't hesitate. He said, absolutely, let's do it. So the city bought the property, which is how we were able to bring it up from 10 to 35%. And then with the efforts of Commissioner Ridley and Mira Prinzeri and the coalition and Chris Fiore of my office, we brought it up to 80%, including workforce housing. So this is a tremendous accomplishment. We should all be really proud of ourselves, but Chris Fiore was really the driving force behind this project, and if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't happen. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mayor Fulop, for his vision and his leadership.
Next, I'd like to invite up the CEO of Penrose, the developer for this site, Timothy Henkel. Oh, good job. Good job. Go for it.
My goodness. So I let the record show it got really windy and rainy when I got up here. From a financing perspective, complexity, as we say at Penrose, is not the goal, but sometimes it's the way. And a project like this, in order to hit the target, to meet the vision that the councilwoman put together is essential. Programmatically, that means that the Hudson County Improvement Authority, the NJHMFA, the EDA with the Aspire credit, all have come to the table very meaningfully, of course, executing the vision that JCRA and the city itself have put together for us. We have investors we recognize in R4, Stonehenge, and we also recognize the late Congressman Payne, who put together a piece of financing for this in its early days. And its early days included COVID. So we've gone through a period where projects are still emerging. Projects are still finding their ways to put themselves back together. Again, where there's a will, there's a way. There will be a building here that looks like that, and it's because our architects and engineers have designed it to function on this site that's been recovered from its Honeywell days. It will be safe from those days, and that's a real credit to all the work that's been done by all the people that the mayor and the councilwoman mentioned.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to invite up Nadir Settles, who's Nuveen's global head of real estate impact, to say a couple words.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, first I'll say we're really excited to be partnering with Jersey City Redevelopment Agency and everyone on this project. I'm the global head of Nuveen, and we do two things. We invest in real estate, but we build back communities. And PASS is our vertical integrated operating platform, and so PASS is sort of the sponsored development from here. I'd like to thank Mayor Fulop for your leadership and collaboration. Jersey City Redevelopment Agency. I'd like to thank our team, Anna Weiss and Ken Spielberg, for ensuring that we got to this monumental groundbreaking. In the past hallway, we say that real estate is just a part of what we do, but it's about building communities, and Bayfront amplifies that mantra. We are honored to be a part of this historic project that will bring much needed affordable housing and workforce housing to Jersey City. We look forward to creating real impact in this community. Thank you.
I'd like to invite up somebody who wasn't on the program. I want to invite up Senator Torricelli for a second to say a couple words, or former Senator Torricelli. And the reason is this has been a 20-year plus project. And it originally was a Superfund site. It was really toxic. Kids used to play here who grew up in Jersey City, football on this site actually, not knowing that hexchromium was in the ground, which is obviously extremely dangerous. And when the faith-based community sued 30 plus years ago and fortunate enough to win a $400 million lawsuit, it wasn't a given because, of course, Honeywell still would push back and say that they wanted to do the bare minimum because they felt that they inherited this property and they weren't the ones directly responsible for it. And the court appointed somebody who had familiarity with New Jersey in elected office, who has familiarity with real estate in the professional life, and who cares very much about the environment. And I say that because we wouldn't have gotten here without him arbitrating what is fair and unfair with regards to moving this project forward. So I'll turn it over to former Senator Bob Torricelli.
Thank you, Steve, very much. I'd like to talk for a second, but I am a former senator, so it'll be slightly longer than that. Steve talked a lot about what this will mean for housing in Jersey City and economic development. For just a moment, I want to talk about the other part of it, what it means environmentally. And I'm going to tell you that story because of the uniqueness of this site and the potential that this could be replicated all around the state of New Jersey if things go the way I think they're going to go. Many years ago, two giants of New Jersey, Bob Rowe and Jim Florio, had an idea that because government was not cleaning environmentally dangerous sites, citizens should have the power to do it themselves. And they passed a law to do that. And faith-based organizations, Jersey City, led by Kathy Million, where are you, Kathy, brought a lawsuit to make exactly that happen. Government wouldn't clean it, people will. We thought that would be duplicated all around America. It wasn't, tragically, but it still can. And then a giant of the New Jersey courts, Dennis Kavanaugh, district court judge, made a decision that was a landmark in America. He decided that you're not going to cap this site. It will not stay polluted. You're going to take every ounce of pollution and get it the hell out of Jersey City. And our team, led by Lisa Walsh, who is here today, and by Bill Hague, because this was not Honeywell's fault. They bought this property. They did not pollute it. Bill Hague, who is here today, led a 20-year effort. More material left this site for Idaho and Wyoming than came out of the World Trade Center site. Tons and tons of material, more than a decade. This site today may be the cleanest dirt in Hudson County. And it's a triumph of engineering. To all of them, we could not be more proud. Now, Mayor, there are at least 25 more sites in the state of New Jersey where corporations would rather pay taxes on polluted, empty land than clean it, build housing on it, create jobs on it, and pay taxes on it. Enough. What was done here can be done all across the state of New Jersey. This is a triumph of engineering, of legal leadership, of judicial action, and of your administration together. Now, let's make it a model where people live and make sure it gets duplicated. Congratulations.
We have a couple more speakers. I'd like to bring up Melanie Walter, Executive Director, New Jersey HMFA. There we are.
Good morning, everyone. I'll share in the brief speech component here. HMFA has spent the last few years getting all of the COVID-era projects across the line. And Tim Henkel spoke to the fact that there had been a number of these projects while we were getting ready here, that some of these were starting in 2017, 2018, 2020. And then the world changed, and so the deal changed. And we went from having 2 or 3 closings on a deal to having 7, 8, 9 closings on a deal, finding every piece of subsidy that we could. So when this site was going to do affordable housing first, which is something that we don't always see, right? Usually the affordable housing is the afterthought. When we can get the first building in the ground being the affordable housing, HMFA wanted to help, right? And so we came to the table with resources to support the workforce housing component, directly subsidizing both of the buildings so that that piece, that tranche, can be built here. And it'll be one of the first in New Jersey, and the first one financed through our affordable housing workforce housing program at HMFA. And this will be one of the largest sets of workforce housing produced within the state of New Jersey. So we're very excited and very proud to partner in that effort because we know how important it is to make sure that every part of the housing spectrum is addressed. And so we try to reach as low as we can, 10%, 20%, 30% of AMI, and as high as we can, 120% of AMI, to make sure that across that entire spectrum, we're not just producing luxury housing, we're producing housing for every family that lives and works in New Jersey. So thank you all for your partnership in that effort. We're very excited to put the tax credits in, to be providing the permanent mortgage, and particularly to be able to launch that workforce housing program here in Jersey City. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to bring up 2 people from the county. First, I'll bring up our county executive, Craig Guy.
Thank you, Mayor. And I just to echo what Senator Torricelli said, these sites, no one would ever thunk it, right? And Senator, to your point, we should be doing a lot more for this throughout the state. And I want to thank our Improvement Authority that played a small role in helping Penrose with the ultimate direct financing. And I want to thank Governor Murphy, because when I called down there to get the HMFA, further along in the conversation, the governor and his team picked up the phone and pushed the conversation in a much quicker way. So, Governor, Penrose, Senator Torricelli, and the folks that made this happen. Don't forget about the faith-based community that did sue over 4 decades ago to make this possible. So thank you.
I want to bring up one of the county commissioners here, and especially because he's been such an integral part in this project. There probably isn't an elected official that has more knowledge of development and an advocate for union labor and inclusionary zoning, and very well known on this side of the city. So I want to bring up Commissioner Bill O'Day.
Thank you, Steve. That means I'm older and I've been around a long time. But as a kid growing up, I bowled at Roosevelt Lanes, shopped at Valley Fair, and ate at Al Newman's. So that's what used to be here. And because of the work of environmental advocates and faith-based organizations, you've got an amazing project here today. But under the leadership of Mayor Fulop, you had to pull it all together. It took a lot of effort and a lot of steps to get where we are today. And it's an amazing accomplishment, because a lot of things could have happened here. You could have done all market rate housing. You could have done all warehouses or other things. But you're bringing here a new community, a community that's going to have housing for low and moderate income, going to have housing for cops and firefighters and teachers, and is also going to have some market housing. So Steve, I want to compliment you on a great project, all the members of the City Council. As Craig mentioned, to get over it, when you got to the 5-yard line, you had to figure out how to monetize $60 million in EDA credits, and I see Dan Jennings here from EDA. Dan, we had to amend the legislation once or twice with Aspire just to get it in a position where it would make the economics of this project work. So it took so many people a long time to get it, but it's going to be a great, amazing project. I'm glad to have represented this area for the past, well, actually 35 of the last 39 years, and I look forward to it. But Mayor, I want to thank you especially, because, it took a lot of courage to invest, to acquire and purchase all of this property. And it was a major, major risk that you took. But it's paying off today. And I see Kelleher, he's probably the next speaker. We also appreciate that it's going to be built with 100% union labor. Thank you.
I also want to say, I want to acknowledge Anicia there and her entire team in HEDC for the work that they've done. It wouldn't happen without her, our planning department. I want to acknowledge Shoshana and Joe Bauman from McMenamin, Scotland, some of the best lawyers in the state of New Jersey. And I want to bring up Pat Kelleher, president of the Hudson County Building Trades.
Thank you, Steve. Good seeing you. Good morning, everybody. I think I'll be short and sweet. I remember taking over as the agent and the president of Building Trades over 15 years ago. I left Morris County, came down here, and they were still remediating this site. But the conversation, we were going to get it going. Between Steve's tutelage, the council, the county exec, all the commissioners, it was a joint effort, state effort, and stuff like that. It will be done with union labor. My affiliates are here, the Building Trades guys, and we make sure Jersey City residents will be on this project. And the conversation will have a job fair. Denise, I know Matt, we have one GC that's here, developers here. We're looking to get the rest of it. The AFL-CIO Investment Trust Fund, they speak to me a lot about the northern part of the state. Affordable housing is the key. Workforce. Help of Commissioner O'Day and the mayor and the county exec. We get these people here to work, and they will bring the union pension money from D.C. to Jersey City. But I'd like to thank everybody for all their support and their constant aid. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is a major day for Jersey City, so I do want to bring up two more elected officials before we get to the Jersey City Together. I want to bring up our council president, Joyce Waterman. This wouldn't happen without her leadership on the city council. Joyce, you want to come on up here?
I'm kind of short, but let me tip you. Well, you know, I'm excited today because when you deal with affordable housing, there's always a challenge to get it. So when the mayor brought this project to us and said that we would work better for us to purchase it, we had so much pushback because people realize that city's really not in the real estate business, but we're in the business of serving people. So we are in the real estate business, and that's what people miss. So I'm excited about this day. I want to thank the staff because, as you heard, it took a whole lot of people at the table to make this happen. And I don't want to call out no names, but I want you to know we truly do appreciate you. We know what you do, and keep doing what you're doing because Jersey City is definitely going forward with affordable housing and workforce. Thank you, and God bless.
And our last elected official, I want to bring up our state senator for the area. This wouldn't happen without her advocacy at the state, constantly pushing this. State Senator Angela McKnight.
Thank you, Mayor. Hi, I'm going to be very short. I want to thank the mayor and his administration for being here today and doing this project. I want to thank each and every one of you who played a role, whether it was putting making a copy for a piece of paper or making that phone call. Thank you, because what you did allow us to be here today. This is about innovation, this is creativity, and this is reimagine. So we are reimagining affordable housing, workforce housing, as well as luxury housing. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for all that you've done. And I've said to the county exec, this is tears of joy that we are standing under. These are all of our tears of joy for this huge project. So congratulations to everyone involved, and I look forward to coming back when we do the ribbon cutting. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to invite up Uche Akba, member of Jersey City Together. Let me just come on up here, Uche, real quick. So, you know, a lot of elected officials and finance people kind of giving comments up here. But the most important one is at the end here, because he's representing a group of people that kind of push this forward in a way that nobody saw possible. Sometimes it takes people with really special vision and commitment to allow things like this to happen. They don't happen accidentally. They happen because people are persistent, and Jersey City Together and its predecessor is the reason that we're here. I just want to say before I turn it over, you know, when I took over in 2013, this site was 10% affordable housing, and it was a 50-50 partnership with Honeywell. And it's true what Diana said. We were trying to increase it to 20% at the time. And my deputy mayor at the time, Marcos Vigil, had the idea, and he said, look, if we're going to be able to really do something significant, he said we can buy it and probably get to 35%. And then we floated the idea with Jersey City together, and they were advocates for it, but we didn't know if the council would move on it because it was a $100 million investment at the time. It was a massive amount of credit that we were putting out there in order to try to move this thing forward with just a vision. And I said to the Jersey City Together people at the time that we were willing to do this, but they had to be able to move the council people because I didn't think that I'd be able to do it. And they went out and they organized the community and they organized the council people. And we're here largely because they started the process and they finished the process. And so Uche is representing a lot of people over 40 years here that have done a lot of work. And I'm going to turn it over to him. And just again, a heartfelt gratitude and a sense of appreciation on behalf of all of us in Jersey City.
Good morning, everyone. What a powerful day this is for Jersey City. First, I want to thank Mayor Fulop, the City Council, and the entire administration for their leadership in making this vision a reality. I also want to thank the Interfaith Community Organization, Jersey City Together, and most importantly, the people of Jersey City, who stood up, showed up, and never gave up on this site. Bayfront was once a toxic, abandoned property, a symbol of neglect and environmental injustice. But through decades of organizing, advocacy, and persistence, we turned that symbol of despair into a symbol of what's possible when a community comes together and fights for what it deserves. We did this by taking Honeywell to court and winning a $400 million judgment against the company, mandating a cleanup that made today and all the days to follow possible. Today's groundbreaking isn't just about buildings. It's about justice. It's about ensuring that as Jersey City grows, longtime residents and working families are not pushed out, but are brought along. With 35% of these homes set aside as affordable, that is a real win for equity and a testament to what people power can do. But our work is not done. Bayfront is just the beginning. There are more phases to come, and they should come quickly because the housing crisis will not lessen until we build all 8,400 units here and more neighborhoods across Jersey City where families are still waiting for a chance to live affordably and with dignity. We are committed to seeing those dreams become reality. Let today be a reminder that when we organize, we win. And when we stay united, we build a Jersey City that truly belongs to everyone. Thank you.
We're going to conclude now and do the formal kind of photo with the shovels, but I just want to say thank you again for coming out today. It really is one of the most significant days in the history of Jersey City. And I can't say thank you enough to all the people in the administration and all the people that have been part of it to get here. It really is a team effort. And I say every day that Jersey City has been one of the best Renaissance stories in the country, and it's not accidental. When people say that it happened because we're 3 miles away from New York City, I always say the same thing. I say we've been 3 miles from New York City for 250 years. The thing that changed is a lot of you here and a willingness to see things forward. And whether it's SciTech City or the City Hall Annex or this project, a lot of these things were difficult to do, and there was pushback along the way, but here we are because people around here have been persistent with a vision and committed towards it. These things don't happen accidentally, and everybody here should have a sense of pride today because you'll look back in 20 years when this is built out, similar to the way Newport has been built out over 20 and 30 years, and you'll remember this day that you were here for the groundbreaking of the first building. And this is, like I said initially, a lot of lessons we learned from that side of the city, and a lot of the mistakes that we made from that side of the city are things that we've corrected on this side of the city. There's more open space, there's more affordable housing, there's more community givebacks, things that we never even contemplated back then when we started it. We've incorporated here, and I think that's a sign of a government that learns.